I'm going to show you how you can get more spectacular performance from your plants, whether it's hanging baskets, containers, or even grow your own. Because one of the biggest influencing factors of taking care of plants is making sure you put the right amount of water on at the right time. And things like hanging baskets aren't always easy to do. We all love them at the front of our house, and at spring here, as you can see, they're planting, they've just started to grow, they need a bit of water. But then during the season in the summer, when they've doubled in volume and they've got really thirsty roots, it's enough difficult to water and maintain. You only have to miss one water for the plants to start to look bad, and it's hard work to re-water. If you're putting in water from a watering can, and baskets aren't always this low, I hasten to add, normally they're a lot higher. You're up there like that, it's running down your arm. Most of the water you put on just runs off the surface down onto the ground. Or if you're using a hose, you've got to connect it to the mains, get the hose pipe round, you're trying to spray it, it's going all over the patio. If it's damp and left damp at night, that's when the slugs and snails come in to eat your plants. So watering can be very, very difficult. Wouldn't it be great if there was something that could water all the plants, in its tubs, containers, hanging baskets and the like, for you automatically, making sure that they're fuller, they're healthier, and they've got the water just when they need it? Well, this is very clever. Just up here is a little Irrigatia, and what it does is it uses the sun to regulate the water of your plant. So if it's a hot day, it waters more. If there isn't as much sun, it waters less. And you don't need the mains because the sun is doing it for you. And wouldn't it be great if you didn't need to plug into a tap and run hose pipes round and use all the water for your plants from what falls from the sky? And that's what this little unit does. It uses the sun to power the water and the rainwater to take care of your plants. And rainwater is so much better than that you get from the tap with the chlorine and fluorides in. Natural rainwater is better not only for the plants, but for the microorganisms that live in the soil, making sure everything's healthier. Now the clever part here is inside this unit, there are some rechargeable batteries. There is also a pump inside this unit that draws the water up. And you may say to me, hold on a minute, during the spring, the plants aren't big and it isn't that hot, so they don't need as much water. And then of course in the summer, when they are much bigger and very, very thirsty roots up there, and it's a little hotter, they need more. Well, there's no worry. On the side of the box here, there's a little button, and you can press it to make sure that it receives more water or less water, however you wish, and depending of what's happening with the weather. So you can regulate it here at the touch of the button, and the rest is done by the sun and the rain. Now inside the water butt, what you have is a little filter there that stops any muck going through the system, and two little sensors here. So these two little sensors, when water isn't flowing between them, it turns off the pump. So when the water level goes down too far and there isn't enough, it automatically turns off. But a water butt like this can last for 2 weeks worth of watering, which is perfect because that's the average holiday that we have. And of course, if you wanted to have more, you can double up the water butts. Therefore, you've got a month's worth of water. And if it's a drought going on and your water butt empties, you can always top it up from the mains to make sure that it continues to look after your plants. And you can feed at the same time. Just take your normal food and only apply 25% of the dilution rate. So you put less in. It's the same if you're eating food on a regular basis, you don't need main meals, but you eat a little bit less. And that's the process of the feeding. So not only is it watering everything, but it's feeding at the same time. All through these little drippers here. Little small drips of water on a regular basis are going in, and then in the compost spreading out to make sure each and every plant is well watered. And one little unit like this can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 plants. and it's capable of watering double this amount of individual pots, or where you require the water, which is great for hanging baskets, window boxes, or troughs, containers, or even a little bit of grow your own. Perfect for the front of the house, where you may not have a tap and you don't want to be dragging hose all over the place, or at the far end of the garden where you're doing grow your own. It feeds and waters every plant you can think of, whether it's in the ground or even in a container. So if you're looking for spectacular plants, it's so much easier to grow and so natural and sustainable as well, using sunlight and rainwater, then you should try an Irrigatia. For more information, just go to the website irrigatia.com.